Bless you, Periscope. Thanks for everyone if you're jumping back in. I'm an Android user and they haven't updated the Android app. So what I'm talking about is how human behaviour benefits business. So for those that don't know me, my name is Cara. I live in Adelaide, South Australia, and I have a degree in psychology. Now that, I believe, puts me in a fairly unique, as well as my 15 years of experience in e-business, so websites and social media and policy and legal advice around social media, all of those kinds of things. So that puts me in a fairly unique perspective in the world of online marketing. And the reason is that, and I have this, welcome back, thanks for coming back, my Periscope froze. So I believe that puts me in a fairly unique perspective because at the other end of your cell phone, your tablet or your PC is a person. And we need to remember this, that this at the other side is a person. So you're selling to a person. You're not selling to a computer. You're not trying to put information up on a screen. You need to be able to influence them. So what I spoke about earlier is about, it's not a field of dreams. Being online is not a field of dreams. If you build it, they will come. It's a very slow burn if you use that mentality. So yes, you can have a website, but you need to promote it. You need to have information there that encourages, entices, entertains, educates, those kinds of things. Similarly, the constant plugging and selling of your product online will turn your clients off, because we live in we're moving through an information economy where there is this dearth of information. We've got so much information out there that people feel overwhelmed by all of the stuff that they see, that they just don't know what to choose. And so when you talk to the person, hi Lynn, when you talk to the person in the client business relationship, you are adding a level to the relationship. You're building a relationship. Now, you might have heard that people will buy from people that they like, know and trust. Now that's great, but how do you get that? How do you develop a relationship where your customers like you, where your customers know you, and where they trust you? It is not by throwing up a website and hoping people come to it. It is not by setting up a Facebook page and constantly plugging your products. It is not by constantly posting links on Twitter. And it is not by constantly selling stuff through live streaming. I'm sorry, that is not the way. Hi, Joey. That is not the way to build relationships with your clients. It's not the way to develop the like, know, and trust that people need these days. We can get all the information that we like if we have knowledge gaps. Sure, have that knowledge on your website, have that knowledge available on your social media platforms, but do not constantly put it out to these people, because it does not help. Nowadays, we need about 7 to 10 touches, and I think with live streaming that's going to reduce to convert a client into, like, someone who's a follower into an actual paying client. So by constantly selling them, you're not helping to reduce that number of touches. So touches is the number of times someone sees your business name or an image of your business in the feed. Now, constantly selling, sure, you'll get the 7 touches, but you're not helping to build that relationship. You'll also find that people will say that it's easier to sell to low-hanging fruit. Low-hanging fruit is someone who already knows you, so they already like, know and trust you. So you need to develop ways to build this relationship, and this is something that I want to discuss further. As I said earlier, I feel I'm in a pretty unique position with this. The thousands of dollars that I've paid in tuition to get my psych degree. that I can help you guys develop this social influence and attitude change. And this is where I talk about knowing who your ideal client is, knowing what their attitudes are, what their belief structures are, what their values are. These all formulate their attitudes, and the attitudes drive behaviors, and this is not anything new. So I wanted to introduce this to you. I want to start getting this message out further, because this is my passion. Is about, there's so many people out there, social media marketers, that will tell you what to do. They won't tell you why, and they don't necessarily tell you how. They will say, people will buy from businesses that they like, know and trust. They don't tell you why, and they don't tell you how to develop that. They'll just say, oh, well, you need to have a Facebook page and you need to have a Twitter page, but they don't tell you the underlying psychology, because the fact of the matter is you are dealing with a person at the other end of your social media. So if you understand that person, it will help you. Okay, so I just wanted to keep this short today. Like I said, it's an introductory thing. If you want to find out more about what I say about psychology, search hashtag W2R on YouTube, and you will find... Well, exactly, Joey. They do charge you a lot for zero return in service, because they're not explaining this part. They're not explaining this part. They're not, because they don't know it. A lot of them don't understand human psychology. Like I said, I'm fairly uniquely placed to describe it. So, thank you for watching. If you've watched the replay, thank you for watching the replay. If you'd like to find out more, search hashtag W2R on YouTube, and you'll find my channel and some of the introduction to the psychology that sits behind social media. That is exactly right. It's because they don't know it themselves. And that is why I'm going back to these and looking it up. And this one, because we're talking about groups, because we're tribes. Social media just formulates tribes. So yes, they're the two things I'm going back to at the moment. So thank you for the hearts, guys. Thank you for joining me again, especially if you were on the earlier scope that dropped out. And I would love to discuss this more with you in the future. Take care.